What both Mason Hayes and Curran and Social Innovation Fund were inspired by was the power of education to improve the outcomes for all of us in our lives. And I think that's something that we all know at one level, but we maybe forget that not everybody has access to education equally. And so, for example, 3,300 young people every year leave school without a qualification. So the Engage and Educate Fund sets out to reconnect people with education.
We set up Blossom Gateway because, as far as we can tell from the research we've done, people only start talking to young people with disabilities about what their future might hold or what they might like to do as adults when they hit the adult services. And if you compare that to what other teenagers do, they'd have transition year, they have subject choices, they get to do work experience. So I suppose really what we're trying to do is give our teens with intellectual disabilities those same opportunities and help them to develop a roadmap for their future and expose them to opportunities and choices that might lay ahead for them.
Statistically speaking, Ireland has the highest rate of death by suicide amongst teenage girls in the whole of Europe, and the second highest rate of death by suicide amongst teenage boys in the whole of Europe. And what we would want to do is create something that is a preventative measure. Intervention is great and it's so super important, but what we want to do is make prevention a raison d'etre. We want to effectively safeguard the students' sense of resilience, and then when they go forward and face the challenges in life, they will feel that they're in a better place to do so because of the skills they learned over the intervening 6 weeks.
Education is at the heart of our programme of social engagement, and that's because as lawyers we really believe that education has a value for society. Particularly disadvantaged people suffer from structural deficits in their ability to access education. That's the same if their disadvantage is a physical disadvantage or if their disadvantage has to do with their background. So what we try and do in a small way is try and help to redress that balance and try and channel our energies into supporting education.
Ready Steady Circus is aiming to address the need for creating more equality in education. The program aims to develop the life skills of participants. We would do this by creating a non-competitive, supportive environment where the participants can be creative, learn to work together as a team, set themselves individual tasks and goals, and then reflect on their own learning. And also one key thing would be to develop the relationship between the students and the teachers, and then the children would see the teachers in a different light.
Language is the key to social inclusion because through language all social activities are mediated. If you do not have a level of language, you cannot navigate the social systems of a country. It's the transformative part that really has the impact. So what we have are people who are moving into the mainstream, people who are coming from the margins, from the outskirts of society. We are a type of bridge from those margins into a mainstream.
For me, education is so important just to bring my skills and do some progress, because this is the most important, to see the progress, and after that I can feel more valuable for myself because I can see I'm doing something, I'm got something back.
This is very important, education. At the moment it's only English education. I am 62 years old. I am not too young, but I can do it.